Do you want to know how to build up the Reddest BMX bike from Kink BMX? Today, I'm going to do an unboxing and show you how to build up this Kink Launch BMX bike. But in this video, I'm going to tell you everything that you need to build it up and all the tricks and tips to get your bike from this box to a rideable BMX bike that you could take to the skate park, dirt trails, or street riding. So let's get to it. Dropped one of the tools. So let's explain or show you some of the stuff that you need. First off, you need some grease. Doesn't need to be much. You're gonna need a utility knife, X-Acto knife, razor blade, scissors, something like that. You're also gonna need wire cutters. You're gonna need an adjustable wrench, Allen or hex head tools, maybe even a multi-tool that has those on there. You're also gonna need socket, an extension, and ratchet if you want to put pegs on. And then you're also going to need a pedal wrench if you want your pedals on your bike. So you definitely need a pedal wrench. Pedal wrench is simply a really thin wrench to get in between the crank arm and the pedal to tighten it up. And then you're also going to need some way to pump up your tires, like a pump, air compressor, a frame pump, anything like that. So yeah, let's get to it. Your bike will come in a box like this, and it has a bunch of staples right here, and Kink tends to put a lot of glue on here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start right here by the staples, put your hand underneath right here, and right before the thing comes off, you're just going to rip the box and open it up from right here. Because that glue is way too tough. Those staples are way too tough. And it's just easier to open it up right here. Because when you grab the handle right there, it just rips the box anyway. So might as well just... And then you grab the box and you throw it in your brother's or sister's room. And, yep. Here you go, look at, oh wow, look at that. I told you you're gonna get the Reddest bike right now. And this is how you build up the Reddest bike from Kink BMX. You're gonna need to get the seat post and seat. You're gonna take off like so. Also too, they come with a lot of tape right here. You can hit it right there. It's gonna open it up. So we'll throw this in there. I'm gonna put this to the side. It's got pedals, some brake stuff, and some other stuff. Next, we're gonna go to the bike and we're gonna put the seat post in it. You definitely wanna put some grease all the way around real thin, but we're gonna put it in the rack and we don't want the grease everywhere, so we're gonna put it in dry. And then if your seat post gets stuck or it doesn't fit in there, sometimes you can put it just barely in and you can rock it around and it'll open it up just a little bit and it'll allow you to slide it down easier. So if you're having troubles, try that out. That should help you out. And it usually works out for me, so it'll probably work out for you. Going to your rack, you could build this in a rack or you could build it on the ground. Either way, I'm gonna throw right here. What I like to do is I like to cut the zip ties off of the stuff that seems like it's trying to fall off the most. So right now we're gonna go right here. This one here. Next, we're gonna take the bars out. Pop those off. We're gonna set this on the ground. And then going to here, we're gonna cut this front wheel off. These zip ties. And there's one pesky one down here. Got it. Got these little caps. Pull these little guys off. All right, next, pull this off. Wow, look at this red. This thing looks sick. I'm gonna dress her right now and you guys can see her naked. Ooh. Sweet. So first off, we're gonna loosen up these side bolts. Once we loosen that up, we can loosen this thing on her pretty good. See if I gotta loosen it up more. Might have to put the front wheel and the bars on before I could even move it. Yeah, it's on there pretty good. All right, we're gonna skip that. I'll show you how to fix that in a sec. So, boom. Loosen up both sides. Right there, dude. Now you're gonna back these out more. All the way. All the way. And pull the cap off like so, and then you can set it down. And now we can install the bars. So the knurling right here is this little texture / grip. It's in the center of the bar, so you could place your bars in the center of the stem like so, and then you can put the cap back on. Finger tighten them down a little bit, and then tighten it up more. And the cross pattern, kind of just make the bolt touch. Oh shoot. Turn the other side. Back them out just a hair, make sure they're broken free completely. Now I'm gonna pull the bars up, still making sure that they're in the center of the knurling, and then we're gonna pull the bars up to almost straight with the forks, maybe a hair forward. And then still, while we tighten it up, still remain to keep the bolts slightly tight while adjusting the bars to the angle that you want. And then don't tighten them down all the way. Just put it kind of snug. All right, now let's go to the front wheel. The front wheel has these axle nuts. You're gonna back them out. Check out these axles too. They're really long. They're not like the department store bikes. They're gonna have a really long axle so you can put pegs on it. But you want to back them out enough so that you can put this washer right into there. That's a hook washer, safety washer, and then tighten down this axle nut, and then it'll lock it in there. And then you go to the other side and you do the same thing like so. Boom. And then almost get it all the way down. And then where did she go? Multi-tool go. Lost it. Probably took it in the front. All right, so next we're gonna tighten up these. What I like to do is just put my knee underneath the tire, push up right there. If you have an adjustable wrench, make sure that you turn it the same way like it's eating, like Pac-Man, or dinosaur, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you spin it that way, because if you go the other way, it actually loosens up the wrench. I don't know if you know that, but I like to put my thumb on it, and as I get it on there, kind of push and roll it, and then hold it to tighten it up. Matrix, huh? Cameraman's over here like the Matrix. Every time I turn the bars fly by his face, and he limbos back and touches the back of his head on the ground to dodge it. He's really limber. Fool does yoga with your mom. Alright, see now the bars are hella crooked. We're gonna break this thing free. Easiest thing to do is just turn the handlebars kind of clockwise and hold the wheel like so. Ooh. See this thing spun with it? Now to fine tune it, this compression bolt pulls everything together. That's what's amazing about these integrated headsets, is that it pulls it together, and then these side ones lock it on and in the position you want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look from above, make sure that the bars are straight with the front tire. Now leave me a comment below, like if you make sure the wheels, your handlebars are straight with the tire, or do you make sure that the handlebars are straight with the fork? Or how do you make sure that your front wheel is straight? Are you looking with both eyes open? Are you looking with your right eye open or your left eye open? Like, I see all these people tighten up their bars different ways, and I'll go to a bike and I'll tighten it up, and then somebody else will come out, oh, it's not straight, and then move it. And I could do the same thing back and forth all day long. Because that's what I wonder about. Like, how are they determining if it's straight or not? Because everybody has different preferences. But for me, most of my stuff's crooked anyways, and I just ride it. I just don't even care. If it's off slightly, if you could look at my bike right now, it's definitely off. And it just keeps going back that way, and I just said, fuck it, I just ride it that way. So, what do you guys do? Like, how do you make your front wheel straight? Marvin, you're going to have to go back to this video and comment and let them know what you do, because you're probably thinking about something and want to say it. So say it in the comments, let them know. Yeah. So yeah, we do have a new filmer, or maybe two filmers, to help me make these videos, if you noticed. So, yep, there's one of them. We were gonna hide his face, but he just pretty much revealed himself, admin reveal. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm wondering if you guys like it this way or not, if it's better. But I think I enjoy it. It's a little bit easier for me to film, takes the pressure off of me. We could bounce stuff back and forth. So him and Manny helped me film these, so I hope you guys enjoy them. All right, so next we're gonna put in the brake cable. Notice I did loosen that lever. It's 5mm, and I rocked it. You want it about 45, so that it feels good when you're riding. Next up is this little barrel adjuster right here. So if you spin this thing out and you line up these lines, the cable will slide in there, but you also have to line it up down here, and then there's a hole in the bottom right here. Let me spin the bars around for you. So you can see the little hole right there. We're gonna stick it in, it's lined up. It's gonna line up and go all the way through. And then I'm gonna back these out and then tighten these down. That's gonna lock the cable in there. Let me spin it around. Cable's locked in there. Now you're set to go. If it doesn't go in easy, or you don't have enough slack, you're gonna have to go back here, and sometimes these little balls are inside of this and won't allow you to have enough slack. So all you gotta do is push the brake in, pop these out, and then that'll give you enough slack to put it in there. But we're gonna do it in the we're gonna do it in reverse, and I'm gonna stick the cables into the brakes right here. We're gonna make sure this cable's in there, and then we're gonna check the brakes, and they kind of go pretty far to the lever, and when we stretch out the cable, it's gonna get even closer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull out some of the slack. So we're gonna go down here. We're gonna back up this barrel adjuster. If the barrel adjuster binds up, usually it's hitting the cable and stopping it from spinning. You usually could do it with your fingers. So just put the cable up straight, and it should loosen up pretty easy. Now you spin that tight, and then spin both of them at the same time to lock it in. And if we go back up to the lever here, see how the brakes barely hit. We go back here, the rim. This rim is kind of... So the rim is pretty close on this side. It's not rubbing, but it is a little bit crooked. So I'm going to show you how to move the wheel back and move it straight over here when we get to that. So, but the brakes do hit a little bit better. It would feel a little bit nicer once the wheel's straight, so I'll show you that as well. So if you run into this situation, you can overcome that. Go into the back, just take off these plastic guys here, If you missed that and you really need to see that, just go to one of our other videos. We have plenty of those on the other videos if you need to see that so badly. But if not, it's not that big of a deal. Just keep watching. Yeah. And if you don't have this bike specifically, this is how most bikes are built. So it should be pretty easy for you. So, all right, so we got here, we go here. I don't know, should we do the back wheel first or should we do the pedals first? Pedals first? All right, yeah. Always start from the front to the back. So here, right here we got this. Somebody in the video probably is like, oh, you set it down right there. Like, dude, how'd you forget you put it right there? Like, it's just right there, dude. I seen you just set it down. We're all looking around. It's always in the like dumbest places too. Oh, this guy's the guy we needed. So yeah, we got pedals, the Hemlock pedals from Kink. We got this little Velcro strap. You get reflectors and stuff like that. But this guy's going to X Games. He's the next Garrett Reynolds, so he doesn't need this stuff. He's taking Garrett Reynolds gold medals and he's freaking winning way more than him, double them. So he doesn't need those. You know what I mean? So you know this guy's badass. He's better than Garrett. Twice as good as Garrett, man. Like, for sure. So you definitely don't need reflectors. When's the last time you seen Garrett reflectors? Never. All right, so got the Kink Velcro. I'm gonna throw it right here. I'm gonna slide it up. Boom. Nice. And now the pedals. Super simple. We got a little grease. I always do it like this. I don't know if I explain it all the time, but I put it on the edge like that just so I could scrape it. You don't have to put very much. Super clean. Don't get your hands greasy or anything like that. Yeah, this shot I think we need to do more overview because I'm like looking on top and that's usually where the grease is. You're probably on the other side and I'm just spinning and don't see anything. So it's a little hard to do these videos to show you exactly. I don't know, maybe comment for Ray-Ban to give me some of those Meta glasses. Those might be pretty sick, huh? Looking at these, we got lines and then we got no lines, and I'm gonna tell you which one's which. All right, you're gonna see lines on it, on one of them, and you're gonna see no lines on the other one. The one with the lines is gonna be the left side pedal sitting on the bicycle, and the one that's perfectly smooth is gonna be on the right side. Also, some of the pedals have a sticker that says right side or R or L. Some of them have a stamp right here that says L or R. And then some even on their bodies, let me see where this one's at, also have an L or an R. But check out your pedals. The easiest way for us is always the lines and the no lines, so you don't really have to read or anything like that. And then also keep in mind that the right side is always regular threads, and all you got to do is do it parallel. Usually they will go in really easy. If they don't, you probably have them on the wrong side. So check that out. If your bike's upside down, you might have them on the wrong side as well. On the left side, these ones are opposite threads. So if you notice, if you're looking backwards like this at the pedal, they're still threading on regular, which is super weird. And then this one's a little gummy. So if it's a little gummy, I am gonna use a tool, but when you use a tool, you don't have to really wrench on it. It goes on relatively easy, not much force. It might have had like a little nick in the threads or something like that. That is pretty common, but notice how it's not super hard. I don't have to put a lot of force on it. So keep that in mind when you're putting these on. Now I could wrench it down. Now I could wrench down the other side. All right, there. All right, now going to the back wheel. Let me pull this out here a little bit. I want to show you guys this because this could definitely happen to you. So if you look on the back here, notice how the wheel is to one side here and here. It's closer here, closer here. If you look down here as well, the brake pads is farther away here and it's closer here. So that means your brakes are not gonna feel good. You want your brakes to hit at the same time. So when I hit the brake, see how just one pad is moving and the other pad is barely moving? That is because the wheel is crooked. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna push it over, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. So what I like to do is we're gonna put this tool right here on the wheel, and boom, we're gonna reset it by hitting the brakes. Now we look down on it. Oh man, see how it's pretty close to being even? Now you can go ahead and tighten it back down. If you have it to one side or the other, you might want to take your hand and push it against the tire or the rim and push it over. You might also want to use some type of wrench. You can stick it inside between the tire and the frame and then get it tight, and then once you do that, you can back it out and pull the tool out. But that might help you if your frame is crooked or it's your wheel's bent or something like that. But yeah, we lucked out. It's pretty centered, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten this thing down. Got it tight. Now our brakes are working nice. Ooh, they feel way sexier now. So yeah, we're all set. Now what do we gotta do? A couple things. Maybe do the front, air up the tires. So now we're gonna air up the tires. Do we have air? We have enough air now. See, so I'm gonna put the air compressor on here, and then these tires are gonna be what, 35 to 60 psi. You're gonna pump it up. We're just gonna go to 50. I think it was at 50 right there. That's at 40. All right, we're just gonna go to 40 right there. Next, what you want to do is you're gonna want to definitely spin your tires. Make sure the tire is not lumpy, it's not popping off the rim or anything like that. And then you're gonna take your cheap valve cap, throw it away, and go get some good ones from Stack BMX. I'm gonna put these on there so that you see it and it reminds you to go get some good valve caps. So make sure you buy some when you buy this bike from Stack BMX. Get some dice, get some bullets, get some skulls, get some red dice, maybe some billet spray cans that are red. I'll pull out this one. Whoa. A little over 40. Go. Get it all tight. And now just a couple more little things. I'm gonna sit on the bike, double check it, make sure that the bars and stem and everything's straight. Next, we're gonna wanna see if the bars fit or feel good in that position. They actually do, so we're gonna go ahead and secure them down. Side bolts, make sure these are tight. Make sure this one's tight. All right, and then make sure you grease your seat posts and lower it to the height you need. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the nicest red bike that you've ever seen in your life. If you want one of these bad boys, make sure you head over to stackbmx.com so that we can make more sick ass videos for you guys. Have a great day and go get yourself a Kink Launch.